So if you were to start a mock scrape today, what would be your steps to doing so? Like, is there an area to start at, or how do you go about it, and what do you do? What glands do you use on this to kind of maximize the results?
Okay. So actually, there are three things that I look for. Number one is timing. I like to time it at the very beginning of the spring, just as the snow's melting, and that's when I start my mock scrapes, because bucks are starting to get back into bachelor groups. You're starting to see nubs and stuff already, and if what I've seen is if there's been a nice buck killed in that area, the deer know it, and another nice buck moves back in, or you start to beginning to see the pecking order of deer, that are going to try and be the big guy on the block. So timing is a big thing. Location, it's like real estate. Location. I know my property pretty well since it's only 12 acres. Pinch points outside of bedding areas and natural funnels is where I do my mock scrapes. And any main trail that I know that they are constantly on, I will do a mock scrape on there, and sometimes I'll even do 2 or 3 in a row, about 20 yards apart, just because when you're using gland, it's essentially you're introducing a brand new deer. And then lastly, the thing I do is I make it look as realistic as possible. I take time. I go in and I chew up the dirt real good. I usually make a pretty decent size, and you want deer to come hit your scrape. You got to look around and look for any other overhanging branches that are where a deer could get to, and cut them out, so that scrape is the only place that they can go. It's a one-stop shop. They know who's hitting it, who's there, what's going on, and it's the only place because I've cleared out any other branch that they can get in there and rub or deposit any type of gland lure or anything on. So there really is kind of a method to the madness, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'd be looking for those things, starting early, making it look natural, and looking for those outside of the bedding areas, funnels, and main travel corridors. So that's the best place to start. And then the glands I would use this early, it would be predominantly preorbital and buck or doe interdigital. And people, I'll go and make a scrape, and then I'll turn my cameras on, and I use Spy Point cellular cameras. And it's not uncommon for me to have anywhere between an hour to 4 hours after I leave a deer in that scrape. And the trick to that is I put interdigital gland lure on my boots after I've made the scrape, and I walk the main trail about 30 yards up directly to the mock scrape. So it's like a deer has just been there, it's gone there, and it's going to that scrape. So doe and buck interdigital are a key part of that. And in the book, there's an easy way. We put cotton balls on the bottom of our boots with thumbtacks, and you just put a little bit of interdigital, because every time a deer walks, it's leaving its individual unique scent from its interdigital gland. So that's how you can really kind of fire up or get a deer coming directly to your scrape right away.